Hello. What's going on, guys? Trying to find this so I can read the comments. There we go. There we go. What's up, Trey Gross? I'm doing fucking good today. Doing nothing, just hanging around. Just decided to come down, hang around the shop for a little bit. I got nothing to do. Got to get home here shortly. So I thought I'd see how your guys' Christmas Eve is going. Oh, the last live stream we did, the place next to me burnt down. I went over and looked at it finally today. Whew, it's bad. It's bad. A lot of people lost all their shit. Really don't know what caused the fire. I haven't heard yet, but it's not good. What's up, Bob? Hey, Dave. Wrapping gifts. Yeah, the storage business over there is not good. It's on fire. It's burnt. It's burnt pretty bad. Somebody's big diesel pusher RV is just a frame over there in the parking lot. They got it all like sectioned off, and they don't want anybody in there. I went in there because a place I used to work a long time ago, he has a couple trucks parked over there, and they're burnt up. So one's a Sterling, like an older pumper truck, and I think the hood's burnt off of it. So that's not good. The Tribus tool deal, that was really just a whole big waste of fucking time. Big waste of fucking time is really what that was. You went to Walmart yesterday, all the cool dads waiting. I did mine online, and all that stuff got it all done. What's up, Z06? You almost ran over a midget? Whoa, that's not good. You don't want to hurt anybody. It is the Christmas season. You don't want to run people over and all that stuff, Amazon Prime for the win. That's exactly right. They did have heat in the storage units, but it was radiant heat flooring, which is really about like if you were going to build a new shop, like if I would ever build a new shop, I would put radiant heat flooring in it. And then just have that's about the best heat. Then you would just have air conditioners up on top. You're an ultimate procrastinator. I'm not a procrastinator. Me and the wife didn't buy very much stuff for each other. We're only doing stocking stuffers. I think I asked for thick ankle socks. That's really all I wanted. And that's all that I wanted. And my wife asked for some makeup. So she sent me the exact link of the makeup she wanted. Point and click, bud. Bought that shit. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, I think it was like $200 in makeup, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I'm outside Miami town, pretty close. They do have the shit in a pile. Here, I'll show you. They wouldn't let me take any pictures. Like they had a sign up that said like no pictures and all this shit. But another guy took some pictures here. I'll show you this fucking hot mess. Let's see here. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's the RV. Here's more of the RV. And let's see. Here's more of the junk. Oops, sorry. There's more of it right there. Just all burnt up, man. I mean, it looked like this fire went quick. No, there has not been any case of arson in our area. No. You're asking for a neck tattoo for Christmas, Jaron Wilson? I don't think that's going to go over well. I don't know what caused it. It'll probably take a week or two for them to figure out what caused it. And then I'm sure the news will go and tell, the news will say it, or I'll hear it through the grapevine, to be honest with you. It's probably what will happen. Have I ever vaped? No. Like when you ask somebody if they vaped, really what you're asking is if they suck dicks, and I've never done that. So no, I'm not vaping, Yeah, safe to say it got a little hot over there. They had to shut the highway down. Did I get any footage of it starting? No. Nope. I was in here on a live stream while I was burning. I know that they had 2 miles of water hose out to fucking get it cleaned off. It was interesting. It was rip roaring, like I walked outside and looked at it, and it was on fire pretty good. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Vaping is gay. I just saw where they changed the law to buy cigarettes is 21 years old, which, to each their own. Oh, I like Christmas. I can't wait to Enzo to open his stuff. It's going to be so awesome. He is going to be like jazzed. We bought him Spider-Man paper. He's going to go bananas. I bought Enzo like a Mac Tools workbench. I bought him a whole bunch of Spider-Man stuff. And what else? My wife got him a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know what she got the young baby. It'll be a surprise to me too. What do I think of the Kenworth T880 cabs? It's the same cab design as the 567s that I own. I like that cab. I think it just needs to be there needs to be more room behind the seat, and it would be great. Enzo is 2.5, and let's see, neck tattoos were so last year. Need some forehead tattoos. There you go. The highest quality wrenches, in my opinion, I like the Snap-on flank drive ones. I like the Wrights. Those are real quality, I think. I mean, I've used them. I've not had a problem. But if you were just going to give me one wrench for the rest of my life, I would take the Snap-on stuff. What's up, Chad? Yeah, I don't know how many presents we got the kids. I'll have to look. Couldn't tell you. No, we don't watch any coon trucking videos over here, bud. His Snap-on, like, what does he review? I mean, that's a service writer reviewing tools. And he doesn't really review tools. He goes on the tool truck and jerks off with his dealer. Completely different. Yeah, I have my first Christmas tonight, and then we have 2 to go to tomorrow. My mom's and then Brittany's parents. I've not had any stuff. I've never used any German stuff. I've not tried a set of Milwaukee wrenches. Nope. I think I have enough wrenches. I think I got about, oh God. I bet I got 10 of each size of wrenches, I bet. I got a lot of them. No, we didn't. My mom asked for she needed some new luggage. She travels a lot. Have I ever had a toolbox repoed? No. I pay my bills. Okay. Yes, I'm selling the Street Beast. As soon as this, I know the service truck is a couple weeks out, I will be selling. I'll put my Street Beast up for sale. You bought a trip to Disney World, Chad? Holy fuck. That was 10 grand. You know, Disney is like that. That's 10,000 to have. That's 10,000 to go there with a family, especially if you stay in their shit and go all the place. That's goddamn. That's crazy. Hey, what's up, Chris? Yeah, if somebody tried to steal my shit, they're going to be here a while. They're going to need a truck, a forklift. They're going to need some shit. Do you ever plan on getting a fun car for the weekends? Yeah. Oh, that's 10 grand. Yeah, Rick Scott, I've used it. It's out there in the toolbox on the large filters. It doesn't really work where my Cummins filters are. It's hard to get it in there. But if I'll probably put it in the service truck eventually once that gets here and all that stuff. I do have another gift that somebody sent me. You know, I don't know the price on the Street Beast, probably in the 50s. It'll probably be like, I'll probably ask 52 for it and then see what we get. I'm not mobbing in the streets in the CRV. That thing's going to be for sale after the first of the year. I got to take it to Honda. It's got some recalls and stuff that needs done, and I'm going to do that. Merry Christmas, John Wilson. Thank you. Yeah, Disney's expensive. Yeah, the drivers are pretty much off the rest of the year. We have a little work Thursday and a little work Friday, but I don't think it's going to be very much, just 1 or 2 trucks. Nope, no snow plow on the service truck either. I am not a snow plow guy. Over that shit, ain't doing it, not fucking with it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, those CRVs, I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's a gutless wonder, you know. Yeah, we'll be back at GE on the 6th. Jurgensen shut down for 2 weeks. We'll be back up there, I'm sure, on the 6th or fucking whatever day they call me. Do my drivers work overtime? I mean, they work till the job's done. I mean, I don't know what you mean by overtime. mean, that's not how they get paid. They get paid based on what the truck makes a day. So the longer the truck works, the more they make. It kind of works out. Best mechanics vice. Ooh, that's a hard one. I would say one of those Wilton ones, like the Made in the USA ones, are about the best ones you can get. Well, I'm not really a Ford or Chevy guy. I'm gonna have a Ford, and then I've had a Chevy. I like the Chevy. Um, I'll see how the Ford does. I've never owned a Ford, so I couldn't tell you. I get a four-door one. I don't know any handheld battery testers. I don't really use battery testers, to be honest with you. The Capri Vice works pretty good. I mean, it's still got the copper jawls in it that I've made. I've never fucked with it. That Capri Vice it's nice, but like if I wanted one for outdoors, I think on the service truck I'm going to get one of those Wilton extreme ones or whatever, so it doesn't rust. Because here in Cincinnati, it'll rust. Yeah, we have GPS devices in our truck. V-groove installed on your wall behind you makes for a nice backdrop. Oh, you mean like make this nice or something like that? I don't care. You know, I really don't give a shit. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily into hot rods or like demolition derby. I don't like wrecking a bunch of shit. So I'm not into that. But hot rods, I mean, like that's really not my thing either. Like I don't like a lot of modified stuff. Like if you're gonna modify it, I want it to be like really trick, like the Ring Brothers type things. That would be pretty cool. I would say that I'm more into I like trucks. Yeah, well, I mean, anything will last if you take care of it. Yeah, I've never understood those demolition derbies either. Like, think about it. You're just riding around running into each other. Like, what the fuck? It's kind of dumb. You get hurt, you know? It's ridiculous. Yeah, a hot rod is like a boat, just a whole bunch of shit that you really don't want to get involved in. I've never been much of like like to me, like I see these guys that collect these like high-end cars and stuff like that, and then they never drive them. I think that's kind of a waste. No, I don't have any. I don't have two of those. I don't know. I don't see again. You're talking part numbers. I don't know part numbers. I couldn't tell you. See again, part numbers. What's up, Benji? Yeah, Bob, you're right. When you start tricking shit out, it just becomes outrageous. And then you're worried about somebody running into it. You know, like, fuck all that. You know, just fucking stupid. Well, man, I don't know the coolest car I've ever had. Because I've only had 4 cars. I would have to say it was I liked my Integra. That thing was fun to drive. And then after that, I went to a truck. I had the county truck, the old yellow ZR2. And then I went to the Street Beast. And now we're on to a service truck. So I've never really owned any type of like little fast cars. That's all I've ever, I've never had that type of stuff. Before I started my business, I never made very much money. I mean, like racing, I made like, I think the most I ever made one year was like 60 some thousand. But I never really made much money. And then plus you're always traveling on the road. So you spend a lot of money because like, everything's fucking expensive. So we just, like you never really wanted to have a car because you didn't really drive it all that much anyway, Like I know that I had my ZR2 for 15 years and it only had 120,000 miles on it when I sold it. I mean, there was times that it would be like, I would go probably 3 months without driving it. It went through a lot of batteries because, you would not start it or run it for a while and all that stuff. Yeah, Toyota Supers are expensive. The older ones with the 2 or whatever, 2JZs or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I want to get a Ferrari eventually. Maybe down the road. We'll see what happens. No, I never did see Ford versus Ferrari. I'll wait till it comes out on like Netflix. I don't go to the movies. I'm not going to pay $20 to sit in a room with a whole bunch of motherfucking goofballs, and watch a movie. I like to watch it in my own chair in my own house. Am I ever going to own a Ferrari? I want to. I mean, it could be 10 years from now, but it is what it is. Yeah, the Street Beast. We have to come up with a new name on the service truck. See, I'm not a big rolling coal guy either. Like, why do you want to fucking do all that? Basically just wasted money out the exhaust pipe. Hey, what's up from Jamaica? I bet it's warm there. Shit. Hey, Michael Jones. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Ball hauler. That's a good one. I would get a new Ferrari. Not a classic. Can't afford a classic. Pavement pounder. I was thinking UAV. That stands for Urban Assault Vehicle. Greetings from Holland. Sweet. A lot of people overseas. Merry Christmas to you, Doc. I got a bunch of stuff to do Thursday. I got to put brakes on a lift axle truck for a customer. I got to change oil, I think, in 2 trucks out there. I got a bunch of stuff to do. Those Mayhew pry bars will fuck somebody up. Yeah, I'm just a guy out here in the streets, doing nothing. Bunch of work. Are we running today? No. Nope. Not doing anything. Every one of the trucks are parked out there in the parking lot. All the salt yards are closed today. Nobody's running. If you have a truck out today, you're doing something fucked up. Yeah, I did buy a 4-wheel drive truck. You got to have 4-wheel drive. Well, I guess would it be 6-wheel drive since it's a dually? Is Steve Trucks shining in the sun? No, he kind of half-ass cleaned it as usual. The one that I cleaned, like the one that I cleaned fucking still looks good. Frontier, you can't pull any permits till after the first, so you guys are sitting too, ain't you? It sucks. I don't know if we're going to have an issue getting barges this year. I don't know. There you go, Michael Jones. I got to go home. We're going over we're going to my mom's a little bit later. Yeah, we're pretty much on to Poverty Rock full time. Catalyst dosing unit. How old is your truck? Tri-State. Hold on here. The best computer for the scanner, that there's not really one that does it all. The best way to do with the big truck stuff is get the factory software and then just buy a Windows computer. I suggest get something with a solid state hard drive and just start adding factory software. That's about the only way to do it. See, the dosing unit, the Catalyst dosing unit, it's a 2013. A lot of times what happens is those dosers get like shit wrapped around them. So you got to take it out and clean it and then regen it and see what that does. If not, then the sensor's bad. But a lot of times they put up a false reading because it'll get all this, like, it gets all that DEF crusted on there. Yeah, my drivers are supposed to clean their own truck. Marquise does about the best job of cleaning them. We're not hauling anything. Yeah, own the sensor, because I've had to take them out like on this Freightliner and fucking clean them and all that shit. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But just look at that dosing thing, own the sensor and then own the wire to the sensor, and then find out what that's supposed to be. The problem I have is it's hard to find out what it's supposed to be. I guess you could Google it and try to find out. No, the Western Star got sold to salvage. I'm not looking for any diesel mechanics. No, usually I clean Nick's truck. These guys are lazy. Some of them are lazy. I cleaned it when I drove it. I got it all shined up and everything like that. Yeah. Well, see, I'll pay him to wash them, but usually Marquise washes all of them. He'll come in. I think he's going to come in later today and wash a couple trucks. He'll come in and get them all washed up, and then everybody will just drive him through the mud, and then he gets mad. No, we don't need any truck drivers. Probably not till maybe March or April is when we're going to need truck drivers. I don't know if Western Star is getting a new model in the new year. Never heard anything like that. I don't follow Western Star too much. I'm more of a Peterbilt guy now, so I've been, I kind of know what's going on with them a little bit. What's up, John Erickson? Yeah, I'm not hauling any demo. We got to, starting next week, we got to haul a bunch of concrete, broken up concrete that was underneath the highway. We got to fix all that. No, they are. Your apprentice tech at Western Star dealer. What are they coming out with? Is it a vocational truck or is it a long haul truck? I don't know what it is. I guess we could look up Western Star new truck. Yeah, it's vocational. Are they just redoing Western Star new truck? Let's see if there's anything out there on the internet because I've never heard of anything. The only one they're showing is the 5700. They have the 49, 69, 4700. I don't see anything here on their website. I mean, the coolest Western Star trucks are the 4900s. Yep, hauling concrete, that's exactly what it means. Fixing all that shit. Yep, you're going to have to shut her down if you need hydraulic lines. The only truck I had a C15 in was the Sterling. That's the only one I had in it. The other one had an N14 Cummins. Let's see here. Yeah, I like the W990 Kenworth. The only thing I don't like about the Kenworth is I don't like how the mirrors are mounted. I wish they would be mounted to the door. I don't like when they're mounted to the cowl. I had a hard time seeing out of the one that I drove. Yep, I still use the Chemex products to clean my truck. It's about the best stuff out there for trying to clean a truck, I think. He's coming out with some new stuff. I'm going to have to talk to Bob to see if it's any different. Really, what I want something that will attack the dirt and kind of like gravel a little bit more is kind of what we need. So hopefully he comes out with something like that. Yeah, if it didn't flip over, we'd still own the Western Star, yes. My drivers really haven't beat up the trucks too bad. It's not really anything that the drivers do. It's really the contractors. Like 9 times. I mean, the driver's going to get some flat tires because they run over stuff, but it's not like we've ripped the fucking axles out from underneath of it or done anything pretty dumb, you know? I don't know if Chemex is an acid or not. I don't get in the, like into the fucking whatever, like into the chemical makeup of it. I really don't have the time or care about that. Yeah, Steve, that silt dirt is the hardest shit to get off. Yeah, Sterling dashes, they're a pain in the ass, man. Fuck those things. There's a company out of Miami that makes a pure fiberglass one that's pretty good. But those Sterling dashes cracked. They weren't worth a fuck. Yeah, but see, like the purple power will make the trucks look real nasty. I like them to shine up. That's what I like them to be, kind of shiny. Yeah, contractors are brutal on anything. I mean, they knock the sideboards off. What else do they do? They just, they're in every fucking shithole in the fucking country. Every asphalt plant is just a gravel road with fucking dust flying everywhere. It's a fucking, it's a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I use a foam cannon too with whatever. Drop a rock from 15 feet up in the air. Yeah, just let it go. That's what they do. They just fuck with you. He had to change a brake canister sometime in March. I have a feeling it's not going to be here till April, to be honest with you. They said March. I'm going to go with April. That's usually when they come in, is April. It'll be it'll be mid-April. Yeah, every asphalt plant I've ever been to is a fucking pure dust shithole. It's always in the back of some shithole fucking place. And it's like, God damn it, man. I'm like, you guys make asphalt. Why don't you pave the motherfucking roads to it? You know? They did something stupid this year that I went absolutely bananas on them with. Like, they were trying to keep the dust down, so they brought the tack truck out and was spraying tack on the fucking gravel, and that shit was thrown fucking everywhere. I said, whose fucking idea was this? You know? Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Yeah. You know? Fucking stupid. Yeah, back to trucking on Thursday. That's it, Kevin. Hang out and wait. You know, I'm kind of okay with, the truck's not running. I got to take one to the shop. I think we got an electrical issue, probably a wiring harness issue that needs to be fixed. Yeah, the tack got fucking everywhere because the drivers were too stupid just to fucking creep through it, you know. because they were hauling gravel on an hourly fucking ticket. So they got to think that they got to fucking haul, they got to, they got to fucking, go 100 mile an hour. They're just fucking stupid. Hey, from South Africa. Yeah, no, dude. Asphalt plants are the nastiest fucking places ever. Just fucking ever. They got shit fucking, they'll have shit strewn everywhere. You're like, dude, this is ugly as fuck. And then every year they have a meeting like, how could we make it better? Pave the fucking plants, Oh, I don't have a long face. I'm doing all right. Anytime that, I want to work too. Anytime that I got 10 fucking trucks out there just sitting there, I think like, Jesus Christ, we got to get these things going. I've never been into too many scrap metal yards. I don't go into that. Yeah, I'm going to have to ask him if I can film a video on his truck. I'll probably do that. I'll ask him. I know he's not going to be here this Friday because he is, what's he doing? He's taking off for Christmas, which I said, shit. No, I did not see that. No, Rudy, where's that at on? Is that on his fucking Instagram? Or did he release a video about it? Yeah, well, I can tell you, if he tells you that they're good, they fucking suck. Fucking suck. I've never been to Garden Street. Yeah, that's right next to the shop, Larry. It's burnt up, dude. It's bad. There's only one nice asphalt plant around here, or no, two. The ones in town are pretty nice. Yeah, Kevin, the holiday week hurts everybody because, like, here's the deal. Like, you can't really go haul any dirt because really, are these dirt contractors going to fire up their equipment for really 2 days worth of work and then shut it back down Friday and then, work? No, I think everybody's just kind of under the same thing like, hey, fuck it. We'll just come back in the beginning of the fucking year, I'm not, it says no pictures, so I'm not going to take any pictures of it. I'm going to pay attention to the rules. What kind of mileage? Like in a dump truck, if we get 5.5, I'm pretty happy. I get enough space here that I could probably put like 20 trucks. So, I think that's the top number that I would ever get to. I don't think I need to go anywhere else. Not for the money that I pay here. It's cheap enough that it works out pretty good. What am I doing on Christmas Day? I'm going to open Christmas presents with my kid tomorrow morning. Then I got to go to my mom's house again tomorrow for our family Christmas. Tonight we have to go to my mom's house for all my cousins and grandma and all my uncles and stuff. We get together with that. And then what else? We got that to do, and then we have to go to Brittany's family's in the afternoon. I've never been to Florida, so I couldn't tell you. No, I give holiday bonuses to everybody. Everybody gets a holiday bonus. Everybody gets the same thing. That way, so nobody can get aggravated that they got shorted or they feel like a fucking asshole. Why don't I like Mack dump trucks? Because basically it's a Volvo. You know, I'm not really into that. Yeah, tomorrow me and Enzo finds out. Do I have a big family? Yeah. I mean, let's see. I have 7 cousins. And then my mom came from a family of 6. So, I mean, we're pretty big. I mean, there'll probably be 20 people at my mom's house tonight, which is better than my grandma's house because, you know, we're just all packed in there. It's not very good. Yeah, a week's pay, I feel like, is pretty standard. Understand, John Erickson. Yeah, but if these other YouTubers tell you that these fucking Tribus tools are good, they're out of their fucking mind. They're out of their fucking mind. I don't know what's for dinner. I didn't ask. Aaron, there's really no days off, bud, when you own your own truck. You know, there's really no, like, there's always something to do. Like this morning, I came down and looked at, like, I've been trying to compare years, you know, just to see when, you know, I kind of know when the workload's going to pick back up and just things like that. Why do I love tools? Because I like having stuff to fix things. I like working with my hands. And if it's something that you've always wanted, you know, like I've always wanted to have a lot of tools. I like to have the right tool for the right job at that right time. So I wouldn't say it's maybe it's a little bit of obsession or OCD or whatever you want to call it, but I really like having the right stuff at the right time. Merry Christmas, Brian. Hope everything's going good for you. Yeah, Kevin, I looked at buying some Kenworth T880s or W900s, but the Kenworth place fucking, you know, kind of laughed me out of the building. So pretty much they can go fuck themselves. No, nobody is buying an Icon toolbox. That's not going to happen. I keep a maintenance log. Yeah. Um, I usually like I have it written down, and then I have like a little spreadsheet I use. No, I'm not going to Neck Tattoo's house. I don't go to Middletown much. Place is kind of ugh. Best for a logging truck, I would say I would pick an Eaton. Yeah, I heard you sold the duplex there. Yeah, Kenworth didn't think I could afford any of their trucks. Boy, they're wrong. Now the district or the general manager of Kenworth Cincinnati stops by the shop about once a month to see if I want to buy any Kenworths now. Now they all come down. Freightliner came down, International came down, fucking, you know, they all fucking come down and want to fucking, try to tell you that, you know, their shit is, they can get you trucks and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. What I found today is it's about mid-February before the stuff really starts rolling. Yeah, Brian, it is. It's funny to watch them come and fucking like, oh boy, like what can we do for you? Like, well, we know that guy was, like fucking, kind of mean and didn't understand. I'm like, yeah, well, you kind of get one opportunity in life, and when you fucking blow it, you blow it. Yes, you can get a T880. It's called a T880S for set forward. You can get all that. That's basically what Middletown is. Gas station, hot dogs, and meth. That's pretty much it. Don't go up there much. Been to the Middletown asphalt plant very much, but not going to be, not going to be fucking going to that shit. No, I haven't seen Ford versus Ferrari yet. Haven't seen it. Brian, business is pretty personable. Like, what it seems like is as long as the people don't, like, if you're doing business with them and they treat you good and they don't fuck with you, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice. I don't know how good hot dogs are. Yeah, there's a lot of T887 axles. I've seen them up in Columbus a lot. Yep, you're right. Armco is the only AK Steel is the only place. Armco or AK, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's AK. AK Steel. That's a shithole. Hot dogs for lunch. Do I get excited when I buy new tools? I mean, I guess somewhat, but it's not like I'm in here, just fucking jerking off and blowing myself about them. I usually just stick them in the toolbox and go about my day. All right. See you later, Michael Jones. Yeah, it is their mistake. Not my mistake, their mistake. So I just let them go do whatever. Like I told them, like, look, like I got a fleet of Peterbilts. I'm not going to fucking, I really don't want to add anything different because of the parts availability. Valley doesn't have a Middletown plant. Barrett's the only one that does. Do I think that I have the best looking fleet around? I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's the best. you know, like, is it one of the nicest? Probably. Uh, like, have people told me that I have a nice looking fleet? Yeah. Do other people that I do business with tell me that? Do other people that want me to haul asphalt for them, or, do work for them? They tell me all the time that, yeah, they're like, every time, man, like, I just see your shit driving by, and then, I got to add stuff to mine. So it's like, it is what it is. I buy a lot of stuff. Like, I buy a lot of stuff. I buy all my parts through Peterbilt. They can give me a better price on about anything, just because, like, I'm on a pretty good account there. So I buy a lot of stuff from there, but, like, all my chrome and lights and drop visors, I get that from Rainey's. Well, you don't see that the dump truck business is not about contracts. Okay, no place is going to give you a contract unless you're like a DBE or something like that. You don't really get contracts, you know. Uh so the more trucks that you have, the more places you can put them. And then, like I tell you guys all the time, and I don't think anybody fucking listens. All right. So just remember this: logistics coordinators, dispatchers, they're all the fucking same. Okay. They want to make one phone call and get a lot of trucks. Okay. They don't want to, if they have an order for 40 trucks, are they going to call 40 people or 4? Think about that. Okay. Also, it goes by volume. So let's say that we had to move 5,000 ton of salt in 2 days. All right. Well, they're going to call me to put 10 trucks on it if I have nothing else to do. Or they're going to call me and ask me how many trucks I got. So the reason that works is because then they only have one person to worry about. Or they could say, hey, look, this guy's going to bring you 2,500 ton in a day because he's going to, be able to get, 250 ton around. That's what it is. Also, it's about the relationships that I built with those people. Like, I don't lie to them. Like, if I say a truck's going to be there, a truck's going to be there. If they have to do something special, they're going to call me because they know that I can get my drivers to go do over, like, hey, go do this real quick, come back over here, don't fuck around, all that type of stuff. There's a lot of things that come to, like, when you get what they call the special projects, that means like you're going to go to like fucking 9 different places in one day. It just works on that. Like, if you show up, yeah, I mean, Brian's right. It's about reliability, and doing the right thing 90% of the time. I don't get it, I will tell you this. Since I have so many trucks, I don't know what it is. It seems easier to get work than when I had 2 or 3. I don't know why that works that way. It just works that way. Yeah, JC, I guess that would be, telling them, yeah, we can do that, or, that type of stuff. Really, in the trucking business, here's what you want to show up and cause no problems. Like, you don't want to, like, hey, where does this fucking load go? You don't want to bother anybody once you pick up the load, if you get what I'm saying. No, I've never had that, Larry. Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, perfect example, Friday. I got called at 8 o'clock in the morning. Justin, you got a truck around that can go haul an emergency load of cold patch to this place. I said, give me a minute. I called the driver. I said, where you at? He told me. I said, okay, I'm going to be calling you with a special project here in about 5 minutes. I'll tell you where to go. So we were hauling salt that day. So what I did is I bled one off to run down there, pick up this cold patch, go up there, come back. And I knew that the other salt load, he could deliver it at midnight if he had to. So it's just about planning, like, okay, and I knew which person to call to go get it. And it was pretty easy. you know. Yeah, my drivers they don't really get mad about how much weight they haul. Like, sometimes they'll tell me, like, dude, this grindings load got out of control. And a lot of them will just pull away from like, they kind of know how much is on the truck now. I mean, for experienced guys, what's on it. And they'll just be like, that's it, like, they'll just pull away, like, fuck it. You got too much on me, And I've never been called and screamed at because we drove away from the paver a lot of times. No. She was a night shift driver, so they all got laid off. I only keep one night shift driver on like, I use Mike as my fill-in guy. So, like, Mike just lives right down the street. So if I give him 24 hours notice, he'll come in and fill in for one of the drivers if we have work. If not, Mike's an older guy. He's got plenty of money. He doesn't live an extravagant lifestyle, you know. So he'll be like, yeah, I'll take the layoff. And then he'll just come in and work, Hey, this guy wants to go here for 3 days. He'll come in and drive the truck for 3 days. Yeah. Dig the belly dumps out of the weeds. Been there. How do you aspire to be Mike? Yeah, I mean, that's what you are. You're 1099 hired help, or actually W-9, or whatever you want to call it. My drivers aren't. I put them on payroll. I don't believe in not letting them collect their unemployment. I mean, they kind of earn that by working, and they earn that by taking the night shift position. What tires have I been most pleased with? I've really been pleased with these Goodyears. With these Goodyear 282s. They're a cut resistant compound. I really like those. And the Goodyear front tires that I've been running, they have this DuraSeal technology in them. So, like, if you can get a hole up to a 1/4 inch, and it'll automatic plug the hole, and it'll work. Those are pretty nice. But the Goodyear 282s, they really seem to be about the best I've found for the grinding cut. It doesn't tear them off. Yeah, Hunter, if Kuhn put out a video talking about how great these things are, that just tells me this guy, did he say that he bought them? Because if he did, we probably need to turn him into YouTube, because that's not right. It's a paid endorsement. But this has been my experience with them. This was the first sensor that I put it on. This is what happened. And to be honest with you, when you put this together, okay, like this is made for like power steering hoses and stuff like that. Let's talk about it here for a minute. All right. So the gap up here is not very good. Oh, shit. Let me see if I can get this back in here. Okay, so the gap in here, you can't really get it on anything. You know, like I tried, like I tried hard. Like, what the fuck? You can't put this on any power steering lines. You couldn't put it really on anything. It was really made for, if it's a hard line, it'll go on there. But if it's a braided line, it ain't going on there. If it's on a sensor, it really didn't go on there. That was my thing. Like, this gap needs to be it needs to be probably about over to here, so it's wider. Didn't work. Those so if this guy's putting out a video telling you how great they are, that's because they're giving him he's making $35 every time he sells one of those motherfuckers. Okay. That's the fucking truth. Okay. So, he can tell you whatever he wants about how great they are, but he ain't fucking used them. Yeah, the tool is just fucked. The double coins are not the best. Yeah, Brian, your tires are going to last a little bit longer because you're probably not running the miles that we're running. Also, the shorter the truck, the longer the tires will fucking last for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, CP, they are a little bulky. It's hard to get them in fucking places. Like, that's what I was like when I was fucking with them. I'm like, oh, goddamn. This is I looked around for a while till like I know what a 3/4 inch bolt looks like. So I tried to find one that had a sensor in it, and this happened after the first, load to try to get it off. It just broke off and pieces went flying everywhere. So, kind of is what it is. And I'm sure that they want to use, I knew another person they gave them to, and he tried to tell me he used them 10 times. And I'm like, nah, no, you haven't. And then he sent me a picture after he used them of those broke too. So I don't think he released a video on it. And I told him I wouldn't put my name on this shit. And then they called me and said that the CEO didn't like my style because I cuss, So good fucking luck with that. But I guess they would rather choose a guy that fucking is a fraud on YouTube to sell their shit. So good luck with that, fellas, because it's fucking junk. Yeah, Nicholas Northern. I think that's probably the real reason, is because I told him, hey, you got to fix these things. These ain't going to work. Like, I don't know what happened, but this ain't going to work. So it was probably because I was too honest, you know. The fire situation around the shop, Chris, it's pretty much what you would expect of a fire, of a whole building burned down. Yeah, well, that's what a lot of people do because they're looking, like I talked about it in my Harbor Freight fucking videos, okay? They want a whole bunch of yes men, okay? That's what these companies are looking for. They're looking for a Saturday morning fucking, this is the greatest thing ever. You got to have it, okay? Is what they look for, okay? And if you give them any type of feedback that's like, man, this stuff is not as great as you fucking think it is, then they get all kind of, they get all butt hurt, okay? Yeah, no, what happened on this is the coating that they use. Okay, how this coating works is it replaces, it kind of moves the molecules around, and this coating is kind of tricky to get right. Like, if you leave it in too long, it'll make the part too brittle. If you leave it in not long enough, the coating won't last. There's a certain time period with that, and it changes the metallurgy a little bit. And what I think what happened is that it could just be that they, the guy walked away for a little bit or something like that, and it just kind of got fucked up. Yeah, so there's a lot of guys that are going to push stuff. See, like, why I never talked about this till they told me they didn't want to work with me, and then I felt, well, okay, all bets are off. But I mean, no sweat off my balls. Like, the way I feel about it is I'm already successful. I don't need your $35 for every one of these that I sell. That's nice. You want to do that, but I really don't need it. So I won't put my name on something like this because I'm the one that's going to have to answer all the questions. Because if you spent $350 on this and the first time you used it, it broke, are you going to call them and be like, hey, dude, what the fuck? Or are you going to fucking put out there that, oh, well, you're the one that recommended this. You know, now people will feel like I lost what integrity that I had. That's really what this comes down to. And there's some people that don't really care about their integrity, where I care very much about my integrity. That's really all that I have. It does have a warranty, and it's just about, it's kind of like everybody else's. It's lifetime under craftsman shit and all that stuff. Well, Isaac, you can order a set of these if you want, but I am not recommending these to you. Okay? I'm not going to do it. Yeah, and I'm the one that said, hey, look, I saw their manufacturing process. The guy that actually like machines all this and sets all this stuff up, smart guy. Okay. I think he's a smart guy. Okay. And this is a great idea. I just don't think that it's, if you invested $1 million, I think you're $500,000 away from making it right, is all that I'm saying. I don't think that they're market ready. My favorite brand of pliers, I like the Snap-on ones. I just got some Macs. I use those. But the ones that I feel like my favorite like cutters are these Tesnodo ones from Amazon. They're really cheap, like not really cheap, but they're very, very well priced. And they cut like a hot damn. They're nice. I use them to cut zip ties and wires and all that stuff. But like if I'm going to go to reach something, I like I like the Snap-on ones because their grips are the best. No, I haven't bought any more Tiger tools. Yeah, I haven't. I mean, because the Tiger tools that I want would be like stuff that you wouldn't use very much. Like, you know, I want to get the inner pack cylinder to take out uh, whatever shit, wheel studs and stuff like that. I've never tried trunks pliers. I got to pee. I'll be back here in a second. Jesus God. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there you go, Brian. Get a super dump. Yeah, Matco completely rebrands all their shit. And I'm not saying that Snap-on doesn't have rebrands. I've never said anything like that. Like I realize everybody rebrands stuff. Like Mac has a lot of rebranded stuff from OTC, you know, but some of their stuff is reasonably priced. I haven't played any golf, Jason. My tennis elbow is, or my golf elbow is still pretty bad. And it's getting to the point that even like working on the trucks, like holding my arm out is getting more difficult. Every morning I wake up and it's fucked up, and Frontier, it's called Tesoto. They're like orange handled. I did a video on them. MD Lee 52 did a great video about them. They're actually really nice pliers for like $20. They make some of the best like cutting pliers. Their duckbill pliers are really nice. They're fucking nice. Tesoto, yeah, they're on Amazon. I don't have any of the packages. No, Brittany is probably not going to service my candy cane. What was Neck Tattoo saying? Was he bashing me about how like dumb he thinks I am? Or how I'll call a duck a duck. I won't fucking hide behind the shit. Marty, I don't think a truck with air ride suspension is as stable as the rubber blocks. That's just my opinion. I have never had an air ride truck, but the one air ride truck that I have seen, Like when it was hauling asphalt, it was kind of wobbly. And you can fix that by dumping the airbags. Another problem I have with the airbag stuff is that for if you were just hauling gravel and sand, I would say an air ride truck would be fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? An air ride truck would be all right because you could dump the bags every time. The problem with the other the problem with the air ride is the airbags are back there, and when you get it in the paver, especially going around a corner, it'll want to pop the airbags. You have to build this big fucking thing. You know? How I snubbed him on Rust Belt's live stream? Well, I was talking to Brian, aka Stunt Dick, Brian from How To Automotive. I wasn't talking to him, and really, you know, like, okay, Frontier, I'll have to check out that new way. I've never, you know, checked that stuff out. But I mean, listen, that guy did a video talking about stuff that he it wasn't directed at his dumbass. All right. Then he wanted to, you know, run his mouth because he's got like, he thinks everybody's against him, you know, and like, so dude, you know, again, that's part of stay in your fucking lane. You know, don't run your mouth on shit that you don't know anything about. All right. Yeah, I know I need to get some cortisone shots, but it's getting bad. Like, or I can't hold up just like tools with my arm. It just fucking, there's no thing there. No, I've been playing with my PWZs. I've been playing with them. You know, and so yeah, and I told the guy I would do an icon video with him. I'm not going to put my address in a YouTube comment. In the comment, I wrote, email me at this email address. Did he ever email me? No. I don't have time to play your little fucking games. I ain't got that kind of energy, man. You know, ain't got it. You know, and I'm sure that he just wants to get in and get along with everybody. But, you know, like to me, I really don't, you know, I don't really give a fuck. You know, I don't want to, you know, be like a, oh my God, I don't want to be like a, you know, I don't have to get along with everybody. Oh, Brian, I'll tell you the first time I drove an air ride fucking semi, dude, I about wore my fucking arms out. It was at Forces, and like we took off, and like the guy was sitting next to me, fucking Aaron, big dog, and like the whole time I was just like sawing back on the sawing on the wheel, and he's like, "Hey, you've never driven a truck with air ride front end, have you?" And I'm like, "No, does this have air ride front end?" I mean, I never even looked at this motherfucker. And he's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. It took me about 1,000 miles of driving this thing before I got comfortable with that front air ride front end. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude, it was fucking weird. It feels fucking weird. Like you're just constantly sawing on the wheel because it doesn't feel like it's connected to the road. That's what I felt. And then you just kind of have to learn after a while to let it like float around a little bit. I would be completely bad after driving these big 20,000 pound, you know, front steer axles and shit. If I drove an air rod truck, I'd be all over the fucking place. It'd look like I was drunk. The DOT guy would pull me over and get me out and give me a breathalyzer because he'd be like, dude, you are drunk as fuck. I'd be like, dude, listen, I haven't driven an air rod truck in a while. like get back to me after about 1,000 miles. I'll let you know how it feels. Brian, that's funny that somebody sent you a chocolate dick in the mail. That's kind of fucking funny. I got a bag of dicks in the mail one time and I ate them on a video, you know. Air ride feels weird in a truck if you've never driven it, but you know. Oh, snap off, it's doing pretty good. You know, but that's the way that I feel about Mr. Neck Tattoo. I mean, he like again, they'll become irrelevant, you know, and I don't even consider I don't really want to say that I'm in the tool community. I would say, would there be like a trucking community? I really don't fucking know. I'm more about the trucking stuff, you know, and like I got some repair videos coming up. Yeah, I mean, I show the tools that I buy, but that's because I'll probably end up using them in a future video. You know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that I would love to film. I just don't have time, you know. I put all Hendrickson lift axles under my shit. I like those over the other one. You got it saved for a special person, Brian? Just eat it on the fucking things. Yeah, you know, like I consider myself like I want to do more trucking content, I guess I could say. There's nobody out there really on trucking content, you know, doing that stuff. Yeah, there's not very many guys talking about the dump truck stuff, you know. And the way I look about it, dude, I get so many emails about guys talking about what trucks to buy and all that stuff. Like, I feel like I just need to go into like consulting because a lot of these guys, like, you know, like, listen, I don't know. Like, I need to come there and like see what kind of work that you got going on. And then I can help you pick the best truck for that. Like maybe like specking out trucks. I'm really, really good at that. You know how I'm really good at this? Because the Cincinnati Peterbilt dealership, I've seen a whole bunch of trucks that are spec'd exactly like mine because I gave them my specs and all that stuff. You know, and I'm pretty good at like knowing what works and what doesn't work. Coon Trucking messed up your friends. Or is that the guy that's suing Coon Trucking because they did you know, or suing Diesel Medic because they did a PM on the truck and left the air filter out of it, didn't even put one back in it? Is that your friend? You know? Yeah, well, that is true. You got to buy a truck you can afford and one, but you know, like I've been helping this guy out around here. He's came down a couple times and talked to me, and like he's got his own idea, and like I kind of got mine, and I'm like, dude, like, listen, if you want to get stuff that I got, you have to order it. You're not gonna find it. If you want something in the $125,000 range, there is some things that you're going to have to compromise on. Okay. And it's just about what do you want to compromise on to get you to fucking where you want to be in 3 to 4 years. When you open a trucking business, you should really look at it as you should have a 3-year goal a 5-year goal, a 7-year goal, and a 10-year goal. Don't worry about the first 2 years, because you're not going to make any money. It's going to be a break-even proposition at best. And it's going to take you some time to get a reputation out there. And then your first 2 years should be trying to figure out how to make year 3, 4, 5, and 6 good. Because that's when you're going to make money. It's not the first 3 years. I can tell you that. How do you get around putting the big dog houses in bed? You go to a front telescoping cylinder. You ask them to make a flat front bed. It's called a telescoping cylinder. The cylinder will be mounted in front of the bed instead of in the bed. I recommend going with the telescoping cylinders. If you see, that's what I have. Just because I like that flat front. The service truck will be here March, April sometime. Haven't heard anything about it. I run double frame trucks. Again, when you go back to truck specs, okay, yes, they have what they call a heavy single, okay? In the dump truck world, that truck, I feel, will not last as long as a double frame truck. Okay. First of all, the frame rail becomes 12 inches, the outside. It's really tall. And another problem that will create is that when you mount your lift axles, the lift axles will get very low to the ground, if you get what I'm saying. It'll get where when they mount the lift axles as a package, that becomes very low. Now, when you're off-road in a dump truck, you're going to be in soft ground, all that type of stuff. And what seems to happen is it tries to rip the shit off the bottom of the lift axles. Also, it's going to put more wear and tear on your kingpins, because your kingpin lift axles are very fragile. Like you don't want to run over a lot of railroad tracks with kingpin lift axles. It's, kind of fucked up. And what happens is that when you go in reverse, sometimes in soft ground, the wheels get all fucking cocked up. You got dirt and all this shit. It really becomes a disaster. So, and also the heavy, what they call the heavy single, when you think about it, that you're changing the center of gravity on a dump truck about 10 to 15 times a day. Okay. And what I mean by that is that think about when you lift the bed up. If you have a 21-foot bed, when you lift that up, that bed's now at least 30 feet in the air. Well, you've changed the center of gravity of that truck tremendously. And what happens is the frame wants to go like this, especially if you have a heavy load on it. Maybe the driver forgot to pull the air release valve, and then the shit runs back, and you're flexing this frame like this. Okay, with a heavy single, you're going to see that they crack kind of right behind the cab because of that flex. Now, also, when you load the truck and you have one that's a 7-axle or 6-axle and it's really long, have you ever noticed that you'll see guys when they come into the plant, especially in older trucks, when they pull the lift axles up, the truck goes like this. Well, that's even on a double frame. Think about a single frame in 5 or 7 years. Think of how far that thing is going to bow down. That's why I suggest staying away from a single axle. Now, or a single frame truck. Now, if you were running a bunch of tri-axles and you're not running weight, like where you're hauling coal at 40 ton, you could probably get away with a heavy single. I don't know, where it's going to, go from there, but I like a true double frame truck, solid all the way through. I think if you're looking for something long term and you're investing in that truck and you want to keep it for 5 to 10 years, and the first 5 years make money with it, the later time, not it's going to become an issue. Just to let you know. That's my opinion on it. I don't know if I'm right, wrong, whatever, but that's my opinion. Thank you, John Lee. Yeah, I wore the suspenders because one of my friends have that. See, Frontier, you have a 10.7 double frame truck. That's because you're heavy hauling, right? You're going to be off road, all that type of stuff. It's it's different. All my trucks have air disc brakes, except 3 of them. They have drums. But any truck that I order has disc brakes. Yes. Yeah, MD Lee tried to do a tool community a favor. What's the difference in tag axles? Maybe I need to do a video talking about the difference between lift axles. I thought I tried to do that. Maybe I should do that and show you the differences in the ground clearance issues that you have. The tag axle, Brian's right. A tag axle goes behind the drives. Lift axles are in front of the drives. But there's different manufacturers. All right, Ray, have fun at work. That's what I have. I have 10.75 double frame trucks. That is true. I would say that's true, Martin, on the older trucks. The newer trucks, you can get them. I have all my stuff galvanized, so it keeps the frame from rusting. Also, if you start seeing rust, spray some paint on it, man. Spray some Rust-Oleum. No, we do not run pup trailers here. You don't run any doubles or anything like that here in the state of Ohio. No, you do not want to buy the Watson Chalmer 8,000-pound lift axles. Stay away from them. They have a lot of problems. I run the Hendrickson 8,000-pound lift axles. I like those a lot better. Merry Christmas, Jacob. Yeah, the disc brakes, man, I'm going to tell you, it takes longer to get the brakes. It takes longer to get the wheels off than it does to change the brake pads on the fucking things. Nope. No more issues. Once I put locking nuts on them, fixed. Hopefully Peterbilt or hopefully PACCAR picked up on that little trick and fixed that. Do I still like Snap-on tools? Yep. I just ordered some more Snap-on stuff that I didn't have. I mean, a lot of times I have so much of the Snap-on stuff, I don't need to go on the truck and look at it every week because it really doesn't change. Everything that I want, I usually have to order. Merry Christmas to you, Repo HD. Thank you for liking the videos. Yeah, Brian, you too, man. What was when the air chamber fell off? The driver said he had to chain it up, and I told him to bring it back to the shop immediately. And then I started looking at it, and he thought it was his fault. And I'm like, God damn, the bolts fucking fell out of this motherfucker, you know? And so luckily it got fixed, you know? I mean, I thought it was scary because it was like, oh, fuck, dude. You know, I got another truck like this. So we started looking at that one. That one was fucked up too. So they gave me all new spiders and all that shit. You know, it was pretty good. I liked it. You know. Yeah, that would have been a little bit of a DOT problem, Nicholas. You're exactly right. Like, well, that's something that you would never really look at, you know? The Den of Tools needs money to buy presents. Am I going to help him out? No. That guy's a millionaire, according to him. So why does he need money to buy presents? You should already have that. You know? You should already have that. Right? Correct? I mean, that's what you told everybody, that you're a millionaire. You've ran several successful businesses. But then you're worried about your $3,000 YouTube money to make ends meet. I don't understand that. Again, this shit's not adding up. Let's, you know, like I can't help you guys. You guys got to think. Yes, I'm going to buy a hydraulic crimping machine. I actually was going to buy one in November. But the workload quit easier, and I didn't have $15,000 to just throw away on that stuff as a future investment. We can get that next season. I don't know what's with all these dealers building swing gates over high lift gates. Fuck a swing gate. They work great for the first week you own it. Other than that, no. Yeah, Nicholas, it's a lot of bullshit. I'm only $1 million away from being a millionaire. Blake, I'm with you. You know, my net worth is pretty high. My debt to income ratio is what I would call FUBARD. You know, it's not real good. You know, everybody has, well, you know, like you know, like, dude, I'm pretty good at picking out the bullshit. And when things don't add up, they don't add up, man. You gotta, a duck is a duck, dude. You know. Yeah, I think I have some 36 cans on some of my trucks. Yeah, no, I got it from Kimball Midwest. And this was like, dude, I had so much stuff. I had hoses, I had fucking stuff to make grease fittings. I mean, I had a whole bunch of stuff. It's still on order. I just, you know, I had the hose saw that makes the things cut real nice. I mean, I got everything for it, all the carts. It was going to be a nice setup. No, I don't have any tire pressure monitoring systems. I did not see. I haven't seen the new steel punch from Makita. No, what is that? I'm not in the. I don't watch a lot of tool videos, guys. I've been over in. What have I been watching? I've been watching this guy Bruce Wilson redo this cab over. The Iceman. He's the polishing guy. That's pretty good. What else? I've been watching, well, Supercross season is going to start. So I've been watching a lot of stuff on that. What else? I've been watching this biography channel. I think this guy's English. I don't know what he is. Oh, there you go. Blake 567s. They didn't have. No, I don't know who and what bought my old Western Star. Couldn't tell you. I know, Brian. I don't think that engine was as bad as it looked. I think he just needed to get a breaker bar in there and take the ejectors out, and I think that engine would run. Those Detroits run forever. You know, that white was pretty cool though, but there was a 359 extended hood in the background of that thing. He needs to go buy that. Yeah, Westland was building that Peterbilt that rolled over. I kind of like the Bruce guy over Westland for some reason. Westland, he's kind of his voice gets to me after a while. I'm like, I can only take so much of this guy, but he does do some cool rebuilding projects. If I wasn't building a house, I found my wife kind of told me that I couldn't buy it. This is the only time. This is the only time that she told me no. Hey, Marty, I'll answer that X15 question here in a minute because there is something they're going to make an engine for vocational purposes in 2020. I'll let you know about that. But I found a 1981 Peterbilt 359 extended hood, dual breathers, all the shit. It was a twin stick truck with it had an A model cat in it. It had 300,000 original miles. It never been out of Kansas. An old farmer owned it. And I think I could have bought it for about 38 grand. But my wife told me no because she knows that I would probably end up sticking about 300 grand into this fucking thing. And I had the money to buy it, but we also had to put down payment on our property. So she told me, I want the property over this truck. You can find another one later. If we don't buy this property, we're not going to get another piece of property in the school district we wanted to. So I said, okay. But I was going to buy it and go to Kansas and get it. But she told me no. So it always seems like all the deals come when it's just not the right time, so I gotta do better at that. But getting back to the X15 dump truck type motor, okay, they're coming out with one. It's not the efficiency series. It's not a performance series. It's called the productivity series. Okay. And what it's going to be is kind of a blend between a performance engine and a efficiency engine. It's going to be a higher horsepower, higher torque rating with less of the upfront cost of the performance series. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be 525, and you can get a 550, and I think you're going to be able to get it in 2050 torque. I haven't seen too much paperwork on it, but a guy specking out a truck for me kind of told me about it and asked me if I wanted it. He said it's kind of like it's going to be a cheaper option for just the special vocationary series. So it'll be kind of in between. It's going to be a third engine. So we'll have to see when they come out what those are like, but it's going to be something very similar to that. So I have a feeling what they're going to have is you're going to be able to get 525, 1850 torque or something like that, where you don't have to pay the performance series upgrade, is basically what I think it's going to be. I am staying with the performance series. Yes, I buy the 565s, 2050s. That's the that's the one of the, it's expensive, but it's not expensive as the 605s. The 605s are a $12,000 upcharge right from the beginning, and I don't know why, but the 565s is great. The 565s, I think, run just as good as the 605s, to be honest with you. Yeah, it'll probably be different fuel mapping. You're right. I don't know. Hey, Jesse, I'm doing good. Yeah, Bruce Wilson, I like him. You know, like I liked his series on his international. I hope I wish he would have bought that white, because the interior in that thing was kind of gangster. That old blue, what do they call that? Pin and tuck or whatever. That thing was pretty cool. And I think if he would have just worked on that Detroit just a little bit, he could have got it out of there. I think the thing was stuck in gear. That's what it acted like. Like the transmission or clutch was locked up in it. If I had to guess, because it was turning over a little bit, but also it was a 24 volt system, and I don't think they had a true 24 volts to it, or at least they didn't show it in a video. They were using a wrench to get 24 volts to run it in parallel. But yeah, the Iceman dude could polish a turd. Dude, that windshield, he did a fucking great job on that. I'm like, God damn. I was like, I need an Iceman is what I need. I was like, where did he find this guy at? The fire the other day, it was what they would call a 5 alarmer. It burnt for a while. I know the fire department was there 2 days. I think they were there like 18 hours. It's a pretty bad one. I feel bad for the peoples that their shit was over there. And the weird thing is I used to rent 2 bays from that place. When I first started my business, I was in the exact same building that burnt down. And it was just like, woo. I'm glad my shit wasn't in there, because I have a feeling I would be out of business for a while. Yeah, I watched it, Kong, from the other side of the creek. It was great. After I got off the live stream, me and Livewire was here, and so me and him watched them put out the fire. They were over there spraying water for forever. It was so bad they had to shut down the interstate. I can tell you that. It was burning, bud. It's this storage building that's next to my shop. It's where I started my original Justin Sturgill trucking company at. That's where I rented places from. I had 2 bays. And then the guy that owned that place, there was such a waiting list to get in there. He told me about where I'm at now. And then so we set up a deal for me to move out of there and move over here. Has Enzo said his first fuck? Yes. He's been saying that for about 5 months. you know, just part of everyday life, when you live in the Sturgill household. I mean, he hears it. So he's into repeating everything you say, so he says it a lot. I'm sure my son will say it in school too, and I'll get a phone call about it. He doesn't say boobies. Well, how the dump truck season is going. No, he'll say it anywhere that I say it. The dump truck season, I mean, it's over. I'm just mad that I missed my goal by $42,000. I'm not real happy about it. But I mean, I guess it could be a lot big. It could be a lot worse, When I look back, I just look at, how many days people called off and all that stuff, and how many days we could have worked when things happened, but it's kind of frustrating. So next year I got to pick a new goal, which I'll start thinking about that this week. I'll start looking at all the numbers and all that stuff. Yeah, Kong, I could have missed it by 250, but I thought $42,000 wasn't that bad. And by some miracle, if we could work the last couple days of this year, maybe a miracle, I don't know, but it's not looking promising. We might get that down to 35 grand, but it's just like, shit, what are you going to do? Yeah, weather plays a part in it too. Nope, no more babies. We are completely done on the baby making adventure. My wife got her tube tied, and we're fucking completely done with 2 kids are enough. Yeah, Kong, I just got to pick the right goal. And I don't know if I could do $1 million more next year. I think that a realistic goal would be 3.3 million in gross sales, with really what I want to get up is my profit margin. So this year, our total profit will be probably 750, and I would like to get that up to maybe 1.2 in total profit, but I don't know. Blake, fuck you. Okay, if you got work, I ain't got nothing. I got 4 loads of salt that's got to go out Thursday, and I think that's about it. 13 trucks, and I think I'm gonna try to run 10 at night. So that would be the total of 23 trucks. I think a realistic goal is going to be 3.3. Is kind of where I think we're going to be. Now, if we get the rate increase that we were kind of promised, I'm hoping that that's, it might make it a little easier. But just by adding 3 more trucks, I don't think I can get it to that 3.5 mark, to be honest with you. My drivers are all pretty good. I mean, the 10 that work day shift, they don't miss a lot of work. It was more my night shift crew, to be honest with you. I got to do better at getting better night shift drivers. I don't have any office staff. You're looking at it. Yeah, that is true. At least with the salt yards, we get paid every week. That's not bad. Yeah, night shift is a hard shift. But I've done everything I can to make it better. It's hard to find, it's hard to find it's hard to find night shift drivers for sure. Yes, the night shift guys get paid more than day shift. That is correct. Yes, they get a shift differential. How did I get into drag racing? I wanted to do it. So I went out there and I volunteered on a couple cars. And then in about 3 to 4 races, I started getting some job offers. And then I just took some jobs. Really wasn't that hard. Yeah, Blake, I should. Call me. Yeah, night drivers are hard to find and they're harder to keep. Yeah. See, here's the thing about night shift. Day shift, if you get a rain day, they'll let you stock plants. Okay. Or they'll have you go do something else. Go like, hey, we got a whole bunch of grindings over here at this dump. Go move them to the whatever. Okay, we can do that. Night shift, when night shift gets canceled, there's fucking nothing. Okay. I mean, absolutely fucking diddly poo. So the night shift guys get fucked a lot. Yeah, Blake. I'll send them up there to Columbus and fucking haul rock. See, that's the hardest thing on nights. And nights also have time restriction on jobs and all that stuff. So sometimes you won't start till 11 o'clock at night, and then you get off at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's kind of fucked up, See, I wish they would. I wish they would put in, like, they would at least pay us 4 hours for every committed night shift truck that we had. And then we could pay the drivers off a 4-hour minimum, even if they worked or didn't work. And I think that would get a lot more night shift drivers. Yeah, we get an hourly guarantee if we work. But if you don't work, if they cancel because of rain, you don't get anything. And I think that's the biggest fucking problem. Yeah, in Phoenix it would be. Thank you, pole position. I feel like I did make Big Dick Banana Hammock legendary. That thing is pretty awesome. Yeah, I get paid by the hour for the trucks. Yep. It's by an hourly rate. Yeah, see, I like night shift because there was less traffic, less bullshit, less what do you call that? Suits out there, less everything on nights. Works out a lot better. The color of most of my trucks are legendary blue. It's a Peterbilt color. That's what color it is. Yeah, there you go, Fleet Tech. Yeah, legendary trucking family. But that's the colors of the trucks. I like the legendary colors because I like the sparkle. No, I'm not getting a pink truck. I don't think I could get anybody to drive it. You know, maybe I should buy one of those, and when the drivers are bad, I put them in the pink one. You know, here's another thing that pisses drivers off when they got to bounce from truck to truck. That gets them frustrated. No, I did not order any blue trucks next year. I ordered legendary black with legendary blue fenders, so like a mismatch. And then I ordered legendary silver fenders with the other trucks are legendary. It's like a legendary black cherry, they call it. I ordered that. So it's kind of like a purple in the sunlight, but at night it'll look black. Did I use a discount code on those? No. Nope. Yeah, the legendary red. That's what color the little quad axle is. Uh, the weight is based on so over a tandem, you can get 10-ton more in the trucks. I bought 3 6-axle trucks and 1 more quad axle truck for one of the contractors. They like a smaller truck because they do more like residential commercial paving in a lot of subdivisions and stuff like that. So it's just nice to have that little truck to get into the paver a lot better. How much have I spent on tools alone? I couldn't even tell you. I would say it's well north of 150,000. You know, I don't know, Jacob, a lot. I have a lot of stuff. The legendary silver looks pretty cool. It's going to be bright. I think that'll look pretty nice. No, I don't think I'm going to need any fleet mechanics. You know, yes, Blake, I want to try some of that Stars and Stripe wash when Bob starts shipping it. I feel like you should give me some for free to try. Uh, you know, but yeah, I'm going to try that stuff. I'm going to try, I'm going to talk to him about it first. T370s? Wow, you guys are getting small ones, huh? Yeah, my trucks will be done in March. They're actually getting built January 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Yes, the first trucks I'm going to sell are the 567s. I have 2 of them that I want to sell now. No, we don't have any more sweatshirts for sale. We ran out of sweatshirts. And I haven't bought any just because it costs 10 grand to get all the damn, you got to buy them in a big lot. Um, Yeah, that is. It would be nice to have somebody here that works with me, but I just haven't found the right person. No, I'm not going to delete the Duramax. The Duramax is for sale. The Street Beast is going to be for sale. Uh-oh. I probably got to get ready and go home. Oh, she got him down. Awesome. The chick that just took your order at Chick-fil-A is 100% a DBS. Put money on that shit. That's good. How much do I want for my 567s? I think a fair price would be 165 from what I saw. 165, 170, somewhere in there for the ones that I want to sell. You couldn't go out and buy a new truck like that right now for under 220,000. That's what it would cost you. So that's what, you know, I feel like they're worth. No, the wife is having better sleepless. She is getting sleep these nights. Everything seems to be doing. This one seems to be a lot better, or we're just more experienced at it. I don't know what it is. Let's see what she said. I'll be home here in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, used trucks are, you're going to pay that. I mean, if you want something a couple years older, that's, yeah. Yeah, they're calling. That means I'll be home in about 2 hours. All right, Scott, I'll tell her Merry Christmas. You know, I don't know the proper way to break in an engine. Diesel Yoda, when we rebuilt my Cummins, the N14, he said, go out there and drive it like you stole it. So he said, put it under a heavy load and all that stuff. We did all that. It worked great. That was a strong engine. Thank you. I mean, I don't consider myself a tool reviewer. I just consider myself like showing what I bought. I mean, I use some stuff, but you know, you know, I don't know where you're buying trucks for 150, but they must be like small horsepower engines. Is it possible to make six figures being an owner operator with one truck? Are you saying profiting six figures? Because that answer is no. If you're saying grossing six figures, then yes. But if you're saying profiting six figures, not with one truck, no. You will be a thousandaire, but you will not be, you're not going to, you're going to gross six figures, but you're not going to, profit six figures. No way. Because to make six figures with one truck, you're going to spend, but your net's going to be like 30 grand. He's right. 25 to 30 grand. Because you got to pay yourself out of that. So if you take 50, the truck gets 50, and the fuel man gets 50. So see where you're at? That's on $1.50. You broke even. I mean, the insurance man is going to get 25 grand of your money. You know, maybe not that much, 12 grand of your money your first year, so that's gone. The fuel man's going to get $3,000 to $5,000 a month. You got other shit in there, tires. I mean, there's all kinds of shit you got to buy. Plus your salary. It's not as lucrative as, what it is. I charge around in the $80, $85, $90 range. Yeah, taxes. You got all. Well, really, as an owner operator, your first year you shouldn't pay very much taxes. I've been buying Schaefer's oil for 3 years. I like that Schaefer stuff. That's good shit. Good shit. I really like their grease. Yeah, Blake, you pay your insurance all at one time. I don't have enough money to do that. My insurance cost what would be considered a very nice salary for somebody a year. Yeah, I know the rates are low here because there's a company that just has all the work and they don't raise the rates. They kind of set the rates for the Cincinnati market, and everybody else you just got to kind of fall in line. Now, there's been times that, on some tonnage hauls, we've made $130, $140 an hour, but those are few and far between. There's a lot of competition here. A lot of competition. What's up, Midwest Tool Review? I get my DEF from Likens Oil. That's where I get my oil from, or my diesel fuel from. And for the Peak Blue DEF fluid is what I run, and they sell that there. I get it for $1.70 a gallon delivered with taxes. So it's $1.70 to get it delivered. And I figured that's a fair price. Blake, $5,300. I would love that. Okay, my insurance is $84,000 a year. Think about having an $84,000 insurance bill hanging over your head. 84 grand. Yeah, I know. I'm getting ready to go home here. I'm getting ready to leave. $20.50 weight. What do you think? They have a $20.50. That must be a racing oil. I would not put that in your truck. I run a 1030 in all my Cummins stuff. Yes, it's going to have a generator and air compressor. Yeah, my insurance is $84,000 a year. Get you some of that. Like I said, that'd be a very nice salary for somebody. And I spend that on insurance. I can tell you this year so far, we have bought 100 145,000 gallons of diesel fuel. So add that up at $3 a gallon average. 145,000 gallons. Add that up. All righty. Have a Merry Christmas to you, Nick. Yeah, cold start with 2050, man. I don't know if that would work. If you were in, I don't know where you live, but I think you would want that's crazy. That is the cheapest. That's one of the cheapest insurances I could get. Yeah, $435,000 just in diesel fuel. See how it adds up? You know, that's what I said. You know, like when people start running their mouth on YouTube, I just think of, you know, I think about like, dude, I've spent more money on diesel fuel than you'll make in 20 years of your life. Okay. And like, I got you out here telling me that I'm a dumbass, you know, like, listen, bud, you know, you guys have no fucking clue. You know, that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit when people say that they're like rich and they have money. I mean, just go back to, you know, how much is your fuel bill a month? You know what I'm saying? And then like, until you pay a bill like that, you know, I feel like you have no room to fucking, I feel like you have no room to fucking tell me how it is. You know, like a guy signing a back of a check can't really, you know, I mean, you got to be honest with yourself. I've been in business for January 26th will be my 5-year anniversary. Yeah, James, that is true. You know, like, yeah, I can't compete. You know, people can't compete. You know what I'm saying? Okay, when you grease your slip joints, there should be a hole in the front of the yoke. I just grease it till it comes out of there a little bit. You know, and depending on your grease, figure out your mileage. Yeah, 27 grand in fuel. That's fucking, see, that's about $1,000 a month. Or no, that's more than that. 3 grand a month. Whatever. Yeah, that's like when a lot of these people, you know, come on there and like, you know, run their mouth. I just go back and look at my line of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have took something from nothing and made it into something. And I don't know if that's something to be proud about or, you know, that's something to be, you know, concerned about. Yeah. This year, just on tarps alone, we spent $45,000. Kong, thank you for bringing that up. I'm not real pleased about that, but thank you. But anyway, I go back and I just look and I just say, you know, like these guys, there's people out there that just have no fucking clue, about what they're doing. Yeah, you don't want to buy a trucking company, I'm telling you. I mean, I've turned something into really nothing, from nothing into something. And there's not a lot of people out there, especially on YouTube, I feel like talking about the stuff that I've talked about. Like I don't think that there is anybody that can say they did, that have say, like I'm not a YouTuber, okay? I'm a trucking business guy. I own a trucking company. I'm not in the business of YouTube, and I feel like that's a big discrepancy. Like that's why I say, like I'm not trying to have a Saturday morning fucking TNN show or whatever the fuck you want to call it, be on Spike TV. I'm not trying to get to that. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Really what I don't want is I don't want somebody else telling me what I can and can't do, because I feel like I've earned the right to kind of do whatever I want to do, if you get what I'm saying. And that's how I treat my YouTube channel. Like, this is my channel. And when people tell me like, oh, we don't like the way that you do YouTube, well, okay, go fuck yourself, because I really don't give a fuck. But look at what I've built. So like I look at myself and I know I'm not a stupid person. Yeah, I'm not bullshitting out here. I'm not bullshitting in the streets. Not bullshitting in the fucking streets. Really, I don't want to put up with a bunch of bullshitters either. There you go, Blake. Make it, everybody subscribe to Blake's channel so we can get to it. I just want to see him sitting in the asphalt plants, just fucking bored out of his mind. I mean, maybe I should change the YouTube series from YouTube dumbasses to YouTube bullshitters. I feel like maybe that's more appropriate. Blake's channel is right there, Blake Merkel Trucking. I saw him on Instagram doing some I thought you were editing a video there, Blake. Are you getting into editing the videos? Yes, Blake Merkel Trucking. Don't do that. They'll all cry. Kong, are you saying don't fucking... All right, Blake, I'll have to go check it out. Are you saying that they would get all fucking pissed off and shit like that because I called them out on their bullshit? Yeah, YouTube bullshitters. Boy, I'm pretty good at spotting them too. Like I can look at it and be like, this story doesn't add up. There you go, John. That's fucking funny. Yeah, it would be funny as fuck. Just talk about a whole bunch of YouTube bullshitters. I've never owned a Packard MX-13, but I will say this. I do not like any engine that uses a a cartridge style oil filter. So I'm not really big into the PACCAR MX-13s. They say they're supposed to be a 1,000,000-mile motor, but I'm not into it. I know there's so many. Like I can count a fucking here's a bullshitter. The Redemption Garage is a bullshitter. He talked about how shitty Milwaukee was, and now he's trying to suck their dicks so they send him free tools. Okay, that's not going to work because I don't think that's how they work there. You know what I'm saying? You know, like there's one. And then you got a whole bunch of other guys that like write these tool companies like, please send me free shit that I can review. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like who has time to do that? Like you're trying to be a professional YouTuber. You know, like listen, to make this YouTube game work, there's a lot of guys, you know, it's not going to work, man. Yeah, the Bear, his professional YouTube game is not going to work because you have no relevance to what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? You have no relevance. No relevance. It's like if I was a company, I would pick the dude that's the realest motherfucker out there. Like good or bad, I'd be like, dude, look, at least this guy's going to be like honest, you know, and like if he gives us feedback, it's probably going to be pretty correct. You know? Yeah, Coon's a joke. I mean, straight fucking joke. I mean, that's a YouTube bullshitter. You know? Yeah. See, I don't have to answer to anybody about what I do, you know? Because I'm the end all be all, you know? Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Yeah, YouTube can end your YouTube career with just one bullshit complaint, you know? It's fucked up. Yeah, don't, you know, there's a lot of things that piss me off, you know, like, but sometimes I gotta stay quiet because there's a lot of people that fucking hate me just because I call them out on their shit. Yeah, Joe, that's what happened. Yep. Got the dude fired for making money. Thanks, Uncle Ben. I don't use that logo very much anymore. I kind of went away from it. Kong, you pissed yourself when you to go film that tool place. The tool broke after one fucking use. Like not like it was straight out of the fucking package onto what I could get it on as a 3/4 fastener, and the fucking thing broke. And then the video's on my Patreon account. If you guys are on, you'll see their manufacturing process. It's on my Patreon account. You know, so like that's what pisses me off is I wasted my fucking time on this fucking shit. You know? Yes, I service one PACCAR engine here. You know, like after one use, and then I called and told them about it, and then like their CEO is like, "Oh, this is not our style. We can't work with that guy." Why? Because I'm honest And you didn't hear what like you thought I was going to blow you over some wrenches. That ain't going to fucking happen. Like, bud, I get it, but like what he doesn't understand is we're on the same level, bud. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I just want to tell him, like, listen, I am not a hillbilly in a fucking garage in Ohio. Okay. There is, did you watch all the shit? That's what kind of pisses me off. Like, I got a fucking 3 hours of my fucking time. What I should do is send him a bill for fucking 3 hours of what my time is worth. That's what I should fucking do. Be like, hey, can I send you a bill to make up for this? Why do I have so many haters, Uncle Ben? Again, we can talk about that. Again, why is the sky blue and why is the earth round? Really, why people hate me so much is because, I call them out on their bullshit. I would say it'd be 90% of the time. And I don't fuck around with a bunch of fucking bullshit. Like when I see shit that's fucking fucked up, I will say something. Yeah, if everybody loves you, you're not very popular. That's probably fucking true. What's up, Knox? I got to get off here because I got to get home. We got to be at my mom's house at 4:30. At least it takes me a half an hour to get home. Yeah, people, Uncle Ben, people hate the truth. They hate to get called out on their shit, right? Is really what they hate to do. And people have tried to call me out on my shit, and I've been open and honest about it. Like, yeah, that's fucking fine. What I tell them is, listen, there is a long line of people that think I'm an asshole. So if you want to call me an asshole, that line starts at the moon. Okay. So go ahead and get in line and then come on back. By the time you get to me, it really won't matter that you called me a fucking asshole. Yeah. I'm going to go home and see how the kid's doing. Hey, Boo, Kong, I got what you're saying. Listen, that is true. A lot of people hate successful people, or they'll try to do things to make you not as successful as they think you should fucking be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of thing that great. Oh, I know that I'm right on the situation. Yeah, Milwaukee Fuel is the way to go. Yeah, Kong. Yeah, I know. I'm not a smoke blower. Really, what I'm a guy is, I'm not a guy that's going to coddle you. I'm kind of a blunt, to the point person. Like, I'm not a man of an extended vocabulary, I guess you would say. So when I say something, it's because, those are the words that I put together that makes the most sense in my mind. Yeah, Blake, I wish there was more people that would talk about their successes and failures. Because really that's how everybody's going to learn. And if YouTube is a place to learn, then, that's what it is. Hey, I'm a brand loyalist. Okay. Like I find something that I like and I stick with it. You know? Yeah, I know my ass from a hole in the ground. I know when something's gonna work or not work. Snap-on pry bars are really good. They're a little bit stronger than the Mac ones. The Snap-on ones don't flex as much. The handle is just a little bit harder. Wow, Mike, if you're a tech and you learned something from my videos, I'm not a tech. I'm a professional hack. Okay, I hack my way through it, but I understand how things work. So I try to explain them to them I try to explain things in a narrative that everybody can understand. I try to use analogies, you know. Really yet. But I never thought I could teach a tech anything. You know, I'll tell you one thing that the race car job did for me is it let me pay attention to the small details that you knew when something was fucked up. Like if you look at the same part for a fucking year, you pretty much know if there's a problem with that part. And it's just like looking at it and going, okay, this doesn't make any sense. Like what changed here? Okay. And then you go back and then you figure out what changed. But I would say that's the one thing that racing does, because you get so into that you're just doing that one fucking job, and then it's like the ins and outs of that incredibly. And you can also look at something when it broke and know like, okay, we're way over center on that, or we need to make this better. Yeah, I try to use layman's man's terms too. Like if it's no good, it's fucking junk, Yeah. Hey, Marty, the people that want to tell me that I'm an asshole, that line is very fucking long. First of all, like I tell them this, listen, my wife calls me this every day. Okay. Listen, she calls me an asshole every day. So like, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It's no sweat off, by you calling me that, like you want me to get all worked up. Wow. I feel pretty good. I'm going to release, I think Thursday, I'm going to release this. I had to replace a city horn on one of the dump trucks because it went bad. And I tried to explain like how I got to the part where I determined what was bad. You know what I'm saying? Without like a scanner, I just used my multimeter, and I tried to explain like how I narrowed it down so I knew what part to order, if you get what I'm saying. So I did that. Hopefully, people understand what I got to, like by doing just simple little things, like running through a checklist of diagnosing the problem. Yeah, process of elimination, is what I tried to show. Hopefully, people understand it. They just don't call me an idiot that I guessed. Like, no, I tried to go through and understand about it and, that type of stuff. But anyway, I've been on here too fucking long. God damn, it's almost 3 hours. I'm sorry. I got to get ready and go home because it's Christmas Eve. I hope everybody has a wonderful Christmas and all that type of shit, and I'll be on here maybe Saturday for my usual Saturday live stream. I'm going to try to go back to Saturdays if we're not too busy. Yeah, I used the scanner in my head, Knox. That's exactly what I did. Like I said, everybody have a good Christmas. Hopefully you and your family enjoy what you got going on. I know that I'm going to eat some shit tonight, and then I'm going to talk to my family members that I don't get to see all the time. and mess with my grandma a little bit to see what I can get her, see if I can get her riled up. But like always, guys, thanks for fucking watching. And like always, I gotta fucking go.